Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. We did miss last week, unfortunately. I do want to apologize for that. And I wasn't able to record it on Monday or even Tuesday last week, and then it seemed like the farther into the week it got, it would kind of mess things up if I did last week's then, and then this week's now, because they would overlap a lot. And so, anyway, we didn't do it. Apologies for that, but I'm super happy to be here doing this one, and we'll just start here at the top. If you are new to the channel, basically what we do is we look at the top posts in the last week, first page or so, and see what we can find. And there's always some really cool, interesting stuff. So start this one. These new 1.1 menu screens are great. Ah, yes. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. Oh, this is so classic. And then he's just... oh, man, this is so funny. Yeah, this is really, really hilarious. I really do love the animated menu screens now. They're really quite fun. There's another really great one where the engineer, the character, is driving a tank and just like plowing through bases, and you see the bases exploding and stuff. It's so satisfying to watch. Um, and then but does he come back with a tank chasing the mob? Right? Try dragging the main menu out of the middle of the screen for some of them. Yeah. You can indeed drag the main menu. You can drag, I think, almost any menu around, which is super cool. A minute ago, I learned artillery cannons have spent casings on the ground. Yes. This didn't always used to be a thing, I don't think. This was one of kind of the nice quality of life visual updates a while ago. It wasn't like new in 1.1. I don't think it's been around since before then. But really great visuals. I like it. It just adds some immersion, I think. Same thing happens with turrets, which is pretty cool. Thought I saw a dev comment in here, maybe not. Let's see. I recently found out that random objects like this or debris from explosions make a splash when they land in water, which is very true. An example, I would assume, is shown here about a month ago. As you can see, the bullets are flying out the side and making splashes. When you throw grenades in, it does like the same thing. I'd assume artillery does the same thing. It'd be really cool if it's an even bigger splash, but with the bigger shells. That one power pole. Oh, I can't tell you the amount of times. Oh, no. Yeah, I've had this happen. I think most of us have had this happen. Redundancy in your power network is pretty important, especially when it comes to getting attacked. If the biters happen to attack like the one pole you have connected, without redundancy, you're gonna have a real bad day. Imagine we had to worry about how much current each power pole had going through it. Every base would have that one pole burst into flames and rival the sun in brightness. Yes, Oxygen Not Included apparently has that mechanic, which is pretty interesting. You have to play with transformers, ensure your load is distributed, which I feel like that could be fun in Factorio as long as it's not overly complicated. But yes, that one dang power pole. Or if you hit it with your car. Of course, if you're going to be hitting it with your car, too. Took off my armor by accident and proceeded to drop 10 stacks of items. Yes. Oh, I love this. I love the little bush here, too. This is still a thing. If you like have a power armor on, it increases your inventory size. So then if you take it off, obviously the extra space goes away and your items have nowhere to go, so it spews them on the ground. A lot of fun. At least they don't go on the belt. They used to actually disperse onto belts if you go around belts, and that was a nightmare. Oh my goodness, was that that was rough. Basically, as this person just said, yes, that was really, really unfortunate when that used to be a thing. F. No, really, F. Yes, I love this because F is the key to pick stuff up. Oh, that's so perfect. Introducing Factorio to new people can come at a cost to one's brain. Dear. I like how they tucked the lab into the little cliffside here. I've seen worse. They are taking advantage of chaining the labs already, which is pretty cool. Victoria has solved the problem in front of you, and this is definitely a solution. I mean, yeah, they're chaining labs, which is something that I forget you can even do half the time. So not too bad. Something really satisfying about spider elasticity. The code behind its legs must be extremely impressive. It kind of pulls back to a stable center of gravity when suspended. Not sure how to describe it. I like the spider. Oh man, that's really funny. I don't know how they did that, but here's my guess. The legs don't move the body moves the legs the body moves and the legs just find a spot to land. If there's a foothold in the direction of travel, it moves the leg there. If it can't find a foothold, then Spidertron is pulled back by the legs behind it since it wants to be in the geometric center of its feet. You can see this when Spidertron is commanded to walk around lakes and he sort of leans out over the water. If there was a little bit of land over there within reach, then the leg is sent there, and now the body can move a little bit more. Yeah, so this is probably it. It was recreated in the Alt F4 blog, how it works, so you can check that out. Alt F12. I don't know if we did a video on this one. 12. We might have? I'm not sure. Friday Facts 364, 1.1 stable. Absolutely check this out, guys. Just put a video out on this. Some really, really great stuff, and also mention that they are going to give some sort of announcement or reveal of what they plan to work on in the future this week's Friday. So we're checking that out. Check out the video on my channel if you haven't, where I and Bombug discuss that. And so there's that. Clocked plastic satisfaction. This is like satisfying, but also makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's actually really cool that this does provide a full belt, even though it's does provide a full belt, even though there's like the spacing between it. It's really cool. It's like just the right speed and space between outputting. Put a not safe for work tag on that. Like robot built around factories, but belts can be a thing of beauty. 2,500 bots on the screen is just plain ugly. Yeah, that is true. Especially now that they've optimized belts. I wonder if belt bases are more efficient than bot bases. It's possible. Me and my brother getting on track like a pro achievement with only 40 seconds left. Oh dear. Oh no, not the bugs. Oh my goodness. I could probably try to do a speedrun of this. This seems like something I'd be capable of attempting as far as speedruns go. The bugs are killing them, so yeah, they're just trying to make a locomotive. Nice. Whew, very close. Love this achievement. A nice way to start a map with goals in mind. I usually start a map and just around for 90 minutes before getting anything real done, looking for inspiration. Go for the achievements, though. It looks like Dev's cracking the whip. Clearing the cliff. Ah, a high bore art. Oh, I love this. This is hilarious. This is one of my favorite Hydebore comics, I gotta say. Some of them are a little hit and miss for me. This one, I don't know. This just, I love this, and then it's like, yes, they're like out. I think this is indicating he's out, and there's still like cliff left. It's hilarious, and this is just so satisfying. Support of cliffs is when you're using construction bots to build over a cliff. Sometimes when they destroy a cliff, another cliff is created. The new cliff doesn't have a deconstruction order, and the bots still can't build there, but they try. So you end up with floating construction bots over a random cliff and discard 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, your trains can't path. Your production is stopped. According to the devs, it's not a bug. Yeah, it's still annoying though. I love this. Hydebore doing some great art as always. Decided to remove my previous train smelting station in favor for a more efficient beacon and modular system in my new megabase. I had a nuclear fuel refueling system built into it to keep the trains filled. So much fuel it took 65 wagons to load it. Holy moly, that is a lot. Look at this train. Oh, Nelly. Worst part is that it's only one refueler. I have another one just as big. The hell am I going to use 500 nuclear fuel for? You could fuel your smelting for it. That's very true. Yeah, if you're not on electric smelters, I would fuel your smelters for quite a while. How much did they say they had? Oh, 5,000. Okay. My friend loves landmines. Holy God. That is a lot of landmines. Jeez. I have to ask, how do you deploy the landmines? Anyway, construction drones obviously can replace them when they explode, but I find they end up trying to dive into walls of fire, acid, and gnashing teeth to do so, and end up exploding along with their unarmed cargo. Section your defenses and hook up a logic circuit to each section that detects something that would indicate an attack, such as laser turret firing or a gun or a turret inserter moving, and set your roboport to turn off for 10 to 20 seconds when they detect that happening. You'd have to probably cut power to do that, but that's a pretty good way. Because, yeah, otherwise a bots are just going to fly in and die, which is not great. My favorite way to combine 8 belts. That is a mess. Pressing belts is usually easy and dirty solutions like usually probably works fine. The hardest part is 4 to 8, where a real calculated balancer will allow full throughput no matter what lane is full. That's true. Kind of want to touch on this again. Another solution I think of is, instead of turning off the roboport, you could circuit network an inserter to only put landmines into the logistics network based on like something that would indicate you being attacked. That way, like, there's just not even landmines to be in the network. If you don't want to try to cut power to your roboport, just wire the inserter that's taking from like a non-logistic chest and then putting into a logistic chest. You would still have to somehow detect an attack. I'm not sure the best way to do that. I don't think you can detect a laser firing necessarily, to my knowledge. At least not easily at all. So that could be a little difficult, but I'm sure there's some way. Made by a friend that is a first-time player. You know, I did this too. This isn't bad. It obviously only allows one of these without connecting them through, but I've done this before. Well, if you don't plug both sides, the other will leak. Plastic. Oh, basic plumbing. Yeah, duh. If you just feed it in one side, it's going to spew out the other, right? I play multiplayer. I make... Folks, I don't work the boilers like the dredges on the Titanic. Stokers were generally well paid for the time. Highly sought after since there were never enough of them. That's true. Yeah, can you imagine just like forever fueling coal on those ships or trains? Factorio ruined my experience with other games. I think I can probably actually agree with this. I just tried out Dyson Sphere after 400 hours and finally all achievements done. Yay on Factorio. And at all times I was thinking how much faster are things done in Factorio thanks to shortcuts, great keybinds, and all the other quality of life additions. Factorio felt like wasting time that I might as well spend on Factorio on a new base or something. Unfortunately, this already happened with other games in the same genre as Factorio and made me return to it. Movie make your game worse so I can move on other games. Sarcasm. You know, like I suspected, I agree with this, and this is kind of how I feel. Now, don't get me wrong. For those of you who watch my Dyson Sphere videos, it's not that I don't enjoy the game. I'm actually quite enjoying the game. It's a lot of fun. There are enough things different about it compared to Factorio that I am enjoying it, and I do plan to continue it for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to beat it or not. We'll see. I at least want to try to get to another planet in it. Anyway, though I will admit, most of the time playing it, or like after I recorded a video, I kind of sit there and I'm like, wow, we're not making much progress. Like, this is really slow, really tedious to set stuff up compared to Factorio. Now, obviously, it's hard to compare because Factorio is now like a finished game basically, and Dyson Sphere literally just released. It'd be like comparing Factorio now to Factorio 4 years ago. You know, it's like, obviously you're gonna like Factorio now better than you did back then, probably. So it's kind of hard to compare, but I do agree Factorio, just everything is done so well that I kind of get the same feeling. I think to myself, like, man, I kind of wish I was just playing Factorio, which in a way is almost good because it kind of like refueled my like desire to play Factorio. You know, by playing like other games like Satisfactory or Dyson Sphere, I'm like, huh, well, this is fun, but I kind of miss Factorio. And it actually kind of like reignites my desire to play Factorio, which is really nice. So it's amazing. Factorio is just some guy saying, hey, there's no good factory building games, and he got a team together and made a factory game so effing good, almost nothing can compare to it, and then launched an entire genre of games. Yeah, so Coverx actually got the idea from Minecraft Industrial Craft, or Buildcraft. But yes, still. I mean, yeah, like this is basically what I said. So it's still, yeah, I mean, they just did a really good job. And this kind of ties in. I'm going to make a video this week, maybe tomorrow or Thursday, sometime before Friday, with my hopes and prediction of what the devs will kind of announce and say in the Friday Facts of what their plans are moving forward. And basically, whatever it is, I'm super excited unless it's bad news, like they plan to just quit making games or something. I don't think it would be that. But because they just do such a good job, I feel like almost anything they do, whether it be continuation of Factorio with a DLC or just continuing adding versions or a whole new game, I think it's just going to be great because they just do things so well that I think whatever they work on is going to be really great. Took a few reloads to squeeze every drop out of my oil, but I finally did it. 7 hours and 59 minutes. Nice. 1 tree kill. 1? This is blasphemy. How can you only have killed 1 tree? Version 1.1.18. Nice. Finally, all achievements done. Back to modded now. Automated cleanup. Nice. Played 38 hours in the past 2 weeks. Pretty good. That's almost 20 hours a week. It's like a part-time job. How'd you manage to force yourself away from modded? My achievements are embarrassingly lackluster, especially when you look at my playtime, but after all this time, I find going back to vanilla to be almost impossible since there are so many great mods out there, and I've started considering some of them, like Angel Bob's, to be baseline for any playthrough. I like have the complete opposite opinion as this, but I've been into that enough. I'm on my last one, 20 mil green circuits. Any tips? Yes, this is a good one. Building outposts for greens and just storing them in chests. One outpost had miners, smelting, and assemblers for red belts of green circuits. Yeah, trying to build them in your main base can be hard. Definitely just trying to build them at outposts. Like if you can find an iron patch and a copper patch close to each other, just doing smelting there and then production of green circuits there. Because the nice thing about green circuits and the 20 mil achievement is they're really simple to make. It's literally just smelt iron and copper, and you just make circuits from those 2 things right there. So like you don't need to bring in, well, if you're using burner furnaces of some sort, I suppose you need to bring in fuel. But if you're using electric furnaces, you don't even need to bring in fuel. You don't need to bring in oil. You don't even need to make steel or anything like that. So just if you can find somewhere to just do iron and copper, you can just crank out green circuits like there without affecting your main base production. So pretty nice. Whew! Speaking of main base production, 800 hours in the map, base number 6 with 10k science per minute, almost ready to be switched on. Bo the Bow is, what's the name? I know this name, but I do a tour of their base. Why does this look so familiar? Is this one of my viewers and their name's different on Reddit? This looks so familiar. This is mind-blowing to me. Production blocks, build, modules, distributed rail system, build, and signals. Wow. So 10k. 936 trains in use. Over 150k speed Model 3s. Currently 488 stations, 250k rail segments used. About 3 million units of crude oil used per minute. 100% vanilla rail world. Over 800 hours in it. Save files 350 megs. Holy crap. 15k snaps per minute running at the moment on 5 megabases at 48 UPS on my PC. 165,000 satellites launched. Whew. 3.3 million solar panels. I want to tour this base. If you watch my videos, or maybe you are one of my viewers, I feel like you are. I don't see a, or is this a download? Maybe, no, it's a picture. I would love to tour this base. So if you watch my videos and want to contact me on Discord and would be okay with me touring your base, I would absolutely love to, because this looks freaking awesome, and I would love to make a video of this and tour it. Anyway, this is super cool. Definitely would love to see more of that. Introducing Factorio to New People Part 2, The Growth of a Noob. I feel like the first version was better. Like, it was actually, for like almost the same amount of labs, I think it was way more compact. This is almost better, or the other one was almost better. No more long hands, nice design. I'm actually jealous of the creativity. I mean, this isn't bad. Like, it certainly works, but the other one actually seemed pretty simple in a good way. Version 1.1.17, train decoupling demonstration with walkthrough in comments. So this is quite lengthy for watching it on the video here. So it decouples. So this is using the train decoupling mod or some sort of, I mean, this is not something you can do in vanilla, period. Like, it's just not an option. So it's definitely using a mod. Contains coal and is given the coal schedule by simple circuit trains. So this is really cool. We tried this. Colonel Will and I and crew tried this quite a while ago, and it was really finicky to work. I think the mod has been improved quite a lot since then. So LTN and TSM are often used to provide additional training functionality for automatic logistics. Referred to these are a couple rarely used mods, which together add interesting features to train gameplay. So yeah, it's a train coupling system, circuit train, so quite a few mods, in fact. If you guys want to read up on this, here's all the info. Certainly not reading all this on video here, but it's really cool. I do think the ability to decouple trains actually would be really cool in vanilla. I don't know if it would really be possible without causing issues. Because, you know, just because it can be modded doesn't necessarily mean it works great. So, just something, I don't know, I think would be cool in vanilla. Thank you, Factorio, for you reuniting me with my cousin. I have a cousin who I haven't seen or talked to in more than 30 years for reasons that I won't go into. We ended up on the phone last week. It was a nice conversation, but when I hung up, I got that feeling like we'd maybe talk once a year. A few texts went back and forth, and he mentioned a video he made about Factorio and asked if I've ever heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not mentioning my hours of play because that's the longest time in real life. Anyway, one thing led to another. I spun up a server for us when we played last night. It was great. We reminisced about old times, killed some biters, felt out how each other played. By the end, we were laughing at each other and having a blast. It was the ultimate icebreaker. Most importantly, we played way too long until way too late. The way it should be, this is going to be a regular occurrence. That's awesome. That is so cool. I assume this is their cousin. Couldn't go to sleep. I ended up jumping back on at 5 a.m. and built the wall with turrets and belts and did some military science because the biters were getting close again. Oh, this is hilarious. Or maybe it's not actually. Yeah. My fiance and I started playing Factorio together last week. Has been a good exercise in communication and planning. Love how this game can bring people together in achieving a common goal. This is awesome. I do wish my girlfriend played Factorio. It would be awesome. End of day 1, Pi Alien Life. Oh dear. Well, good luck. See you next year when you're not done yet. May look small, but just wrapping your head around Pi is difficult enough. Does this also include these things? I'm brute forcing mod just like I have every other time I've played Factorio. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Let's see. Second page. Look a little bit here. Casual mining. Heavily modded. This is actually super satisfying watching this. These are... I don't know what these are from. They look familiar. I think... I don't know. Factorio, maybe? This looks like the AI vehicle thing. Or is this... Mobile Factory? Oh, interesting. Command and Conquer. Spider-Geddon. Mute that just in case. Dude, I've got to say, I cannot get over how cool the new nuke explosions are. I absolutely love going around nuking stuff because it's just so nice. Oh, it's so satisfying. And then it leaves these on the map forever, I think, which is really cool. It does look kind of ugly, at least on the map. When you like walk to it like in normal view, you're like, oh yeah, I just obliterated everything that was here. Which is satisfying. Like, look at this, guys. Oh my god. Look at this. Oh, it's so cool. Yes, this is vanilla. Believe it or not, that is. Yeah, Spidertron and nukes. If you control them yourself, it goes well. If you put nukes in the Spidertron and have it do its own thing, it's probably going to kill itself. Ghost pylons, hog cable. Interesting. I mean, cable's free. There's a price we pay when you want blueprints to remember their connections. Yes. Mostly cosmetic feature causing second factory to remain unpowered. Not worth it to me, but also I don't get to decide. Our seating. Yeah. Oh, is it messing this up? Maybe it is actually messing that up. I don't know. Connecting visually in blueprints means sometimes the pole won't connect when it could because waiting. Okay, yeah, so this one doesn't even connect to the main network is what that issue is. Eesh. Yeah, that's a problem. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, guys, for this one. Attempted a mega base, just built my first mega train station. I'm quite proud. Oh, God. What the hell? I can't tell. Small base and then a mega base is better. Yes. Just starting from scratch on a mega base, not really possible unless you're just like have cheat mode on or something. But there we go. I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to be back doing it this week, and we'll be back in future weeks. I think last week was the only week I missed in like a year or two. So, yeah. Anyway, if you did enjoy it, a like is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all the content. And any thoughts and stuff, leave below. I always enjoy reading them. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.